Hi everybody, welcome back to Midvale Minis. I'm Kat. In today's project, I'm going to finish the inside of the door, and I'm also going to work on the downstairs walls to the inside of my Colonial Shop. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this project and the rest of the projects I have planned for the year. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started.
My first task is to reproduce the panels on the outside of the door. So I took some measurements, and then I took a few scrap pieces of mat board and drew the measurements on. And here's what it's looking like. Next, I cut all the panels out with my craft knife. I'm stacking the two sized pieces together so that they look like the panel on the front, and then I'm gluing them together. So that they wouldn't warp, I put them underneath my Williamsburg book and let them dry overnight. Now that they're dry, I'm going to take a nail file and sand in a 45-degree angle to make it look more like the panels on the front. I usually work with wood, but mat board worked really well for this project. Now I'm laying the panels on the door and measuring where they should go based on the layout of the other side of the door. Once I get that layout correct, I glue it into place. And voila! The back of the door looks like the front of the door. Now all I have to do is paint it. Next, I'm turning my attention to getting rid of the hot glue on the walls of the inside of the house. I used my hairdryer to loosen up the glue, and it worked pretty well. I will say this was a very laborious and time-consuming part of the project. But this part was really satisfying. Kind of reminds me of Sleepless in Seattle when she peels the apple in one strip. Now I have to sand all the walls and then give it a paint job. There's still a lot of bumps even after sanding with heavy grit sandpaper. I'm really not happy with how that looks, so I'm going to have to come up with something else. I think what I might do is use some joint compound and spread it on the walls to make it look like plaster from the 1700s. But that's for my next video. I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!